something that a comment I had on one of my videos, my last video, about how it's great to hear about AI and theories around how you should use it, etc. But we'd love to see how it actually works and how you use it. Some cool stuff. So AI is going to work best when it works hand in hand with the professional that's using it. So your mileage will vary to what you want and what you want to generate. So my scenario was I had blog posts that I create a couple of times a week. I want to have images with those. So I'd use Claude to help me write the blog post. I'd go through and add all my extra information and experience. And I would also get it to generate some image prompts that I can then feed into Gemini. I like Gemini for image generation. It's probably the best at the moment. And I was getting over it because I'd have to go in there, I'd have to adjust things, get the right image I wanted. Then I would have to pull it out of there. I'd have to go into Photoshop and change the name of things, adjust the output for a different image type, then adjust the cropping and etc. So that's a perfect scenario where AI can step in and help me out and speed things up. So I'll show you what I did. I jumped into Google AI Studio, which is free, and I created a blog image generator. Now, this is a proof of concept tool. So if you've got a large company, you wouldn't be using this all the time. You would really just get it refined in here. Then you could export it out and then do something further with it, which is really cool, very clever. So we started with essentially just a single image generator. So I fed it some information as far as what type of images I'd like for the blog posts. And I created a description area where I could punch that in and hit generate, and then it would just generate the image. Then my next step was, hold on, I need to have a way to adjust the size of the image, right? So the ratio. So I added an extra drop down. So I went back through and I iterated to get that added. Then I was enjoying that for a while. After a day of working with that, I said, hold on, what I'm doing, I'm still going into Photoshop and I'm still adjusting the image type, right? I'm still exporting and converting it to WebP. So again, this is the only way you can work with this stuff is by working with it and adjusting things and making things run how you prefer to work, right? So I went back in and said, I don't want it to have a couple of options there for a drop down for an export for WP, JPEG, and PNG, then spun that up. Then I was renaming images because I would have the prompt from Claude go into Gemini, it would punch this out and then would give it a random name. So I wanted to save time there by adding in the name that I wanted to export it to. So then as I create the image, I can actually go in here and type what the image should be. So as I download, it is ready to go to drop straight into my web files. So if we go down to here, and we'll just give you a bit of a demo, I've just got a description of an image that I want in there, and that's all been generated out of Gemini. Happy to leave it as blog image 1, and I can hit generate. And it will go ahead and in the background, it will generate the image for me. And that's using Google's Nano Banana 2. What I found was this was a really good way to generate images quickly like that. So in here, I can hit the download and it kicks off. Then I was like, hold on, I need maybe 5 images per blog post. So I went back into AI Studio and then added some of these extra. So I can get a whole heap of these kicked off and get them running. I can go back and do what I need to on the article, come back, and these are all ready to go. So that is just one small example of how I use AI and how I created something that worked specifically for me, but saves me crap loads of time. It's really cool. Now, going forward from here, I can export all the code. I can host it locally. I can still use Gemini's image generator with an API key that I just pay for per image I create rather than a monthly subscription. But that's how I use, this is one example of how I use it, and it saved me bucket loads of time. Interested how other people are using it. You know, you've got lots of people that are selling these pre-made solutions, I don't think that's the play here at all. This is the play. So I've got something that I use, I'm doing work all the time, and I want to find a way where I can make my job quicker and more efficient. And that is the play for AI. It is not, hey, let's come up with another bit of software for people, because it just doesn't work like that. So I think that's the way forward. Let me know what you think.